Hello everybody, this is Havoc with a bit of a unique video to the channel. With GDC and E3 cancelled, Calypso Media reached out to several content creators such as myself to participate in a virtual demo walkthrough and interview with the devs on their upcoming games. I happily obliged as Port Royale 4 was one of those. Today's video will be that entire demo walkthrough. I will filter through this later in the week for a more detailed and concise breakdown of my favorite features or mechanics in this game, but I thought it would be pretty cool to let you, my audience, watch exactly what I got to see. A brief overview of Port Royale 4. Developed by Gaming Mind Studios, Port Royale 4 is a trading city building game set in the Colonial Caribbean, where you'll play as one of 4 nations, Spain, France, England, and the Netherlands, developing and managing profitable trade routes with 60 different cities, while also actively being involved in the city building process of towns that you own as a governor. As you watch, let me know what you think about this upcoming game. Give my Patreon a look, as it's a great way to support the channel, and I hope you enjoy the content shown off here. Let's dive in.
Okay, hi, Anthony. I'm Daniel from the German office, from the German studio. Um, we are developing the game Port Royale 4. Can you tell me, do you know the series already?
I don't. This is my first entry into the Port Royale
Okay.
game.
Okay, so I will give you some background information about the type of game. Port Royal is it's a trading and economy simulation, and simulation means that production, transport, and consumption of goods are calculated and simulated, and that also the pricing of the goods are calculated from offer and demand. So the user has to, yeah, simply said, he has to buy cheap and to sell expensive to make money, and this money he can investigate in other in buildings, productions, vessels, and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Um, the game world is the Caribbean Sea. We will just yeah start right into the game. So first we have, of course, we have the tutorial. We have the campaign mode. We will have 4 campaigns, one for each nation, and we have 4 nations in the game. Um, and I will show you our most important mode is the free mode. In the free mode, you choose one of the 4 campaigns who yeah who who are fighting for power in the Caribbean Sea in the 16th and 17th
Mm-hmm.
century. And so we have England, France, Spain,
All right.
and the Netherlands, and um, and each nation has advantages. So you can play with them in a different way. So I will choose England for now. England, for example, they have a bonus for construction costs of military ships, like the frigate and the ship of line,
Mm-hmm.
and their shipyards are working faster. And yeah, for example, the Dutch nation, they have an advantage on trading and production.
Naturally.
Yes. So, and we can also have a look at the ships that
Oh,
can
very cool.
be bought and built during during playing with
Mm-hmm.
England. So I continue with the nation, and now I can choose the character. What we see here is the adventurer. Each character has 2 pros and 1 con, so 2 advantages and 1 negative
Mm-hmm.
effect. This one here, for example, he receives 2 captains right in the beginning. Um, I will choose then we have the merchant with some bonuses on trading. But
Oh, that's cool.
heard it's very powerful, is that she doesn't need a trading license because they become very expensive, and
Mm-hmm.
also she's able to trade even in wartime. So she can also trade with hostile towns,
Oh, cool.
which is very powerful for those players that want to have a very large trading economy, trading system with lots of trade routes. And then we have the Buccaneer, and we have the Pirates. Yeah. The Buccaneer has the advantage that he gains 5 fame points at the beginning. So I will choose him because fame points, are, are needed for example, for captains and for special advances in the game.
Okay.
And so if you
Are fame points hard to acquire?
um, No, not the first 5. I mean, yes, there are not easy to acquire, but it's meant like you get a few per hour
Okay.
playing, and you need about 20 or 30. But you need fame points, for example, if you want to acquire a town for yourself, if you want to administrate a town, if you want to buy the large battleships, then you need them, and you need them to get captain licenses. But there
Okay.
are many ways how you can get them. Yeah, easy said. You get them if you do something good for your nation.
Very
So
cool.
then there you have lots of possibilities to do that. So then we have the game settings in our free mode. First we see the Caribbean Sea with the 60 towns, and we see our home nation. These are all the the white houses, and the crown is the viceroy, and the big house here in the corner is our hometown. I will switch the hometown to Port Royal. um, and I can also change the distribution. I can change the size of
Oh,
my
that's cool.
nation, so I can set up the game like I want to play it.
Yeah.
And of course, I can also set the difficulty level from normal to hardcore. Yeah, the hardcore mode. It's not implemented yet, but we will have it for our former players.
Okay.
The series is about 15 years old, and
Yeah.
the game used to be much harder in former days. So, um, and the people are still asking for it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, no, let's just start the game. Okay. Biggest difference to the last part is that the whole game is now in 3D, and we do not change between town or map mode. So the game world is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I will use a cheat code, yeah, so that you can see all the convoys
Oh,
that are
wow.
simulated. They are all having tasks, so they all have they they're doing something useful.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are traders, but there are also military convoys, pirates, buccaneers, and treasure fleet.
That's
Now
massive.
we can see the French and the Dutch nation, and this is where our hometown is here, Port Royal, and we can just zoom in like this, and we can see that that the game world is
That's awesome.
modeled
So I'm
very
assuming
good.
that in past games it had to switch like a loading
Yes, yeah.
screen between. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was like a loading screen, and now you can switch between let's say the, the, the managing or economy mode and the town building mode just by using your mouse wheel
That's awesome.
or
I love it.
or your pad, of course. Yeah. So in this view, we can place buildings, and we can select also buildings. We can select buildings, and we can see people running around. And for example, when I click on a building, then we get information about this building. And this is the town administration, so I get information about the town. And if I, for example, I can click the shipyard. Um, and in the shipyard, you can no, there's nothing I can No other ships I can buy now. In the shipyard, you can see all the ships data, and you can buy and order ships, of course you can also repair and sell your ships.
Cool.
Um, so if I go again to the here to the town information, you can see here in the first part of the information, you can see the inhabitants of the town, and all these people, they are consuming goods,
Okay.
and many of them are workers, and these workers are those who produce the goods, but they produce it for all other towns as well. So but each town only has about 7 goods they can produce, so each town has up to 7 production slots, but there are 25 goods in the world.
Oh
So
wow.
you need to transport the goods between the town, and that's why there are so many traders around.
Yeah.
And all the traders, they are buying goods, and if you could look into this convoy, you would see that he's really transporting the goods. And if you attack him and plunder the goods, they won't reach their destination. And so yeah, because everything is stimulated. And
Cool.
if you look here on the right side, we can see the satisfaction of the inhabitants.
Mm-hmm.
The satisfaction is the most important for them, because if the satisfaction drops below 40%, then it means that they will just leave the town and try to find their luck somewhere else. And this means that they stop to produce. And if you have production, for example, in the town, then production will break together.
Okay.
And if these productions are raw materials, you need them at another place, so the other production will go down as well,
Okay.
because everything is stitched together.
Yeah.
So it's very important that that you fulfill their demand. And
I got a quick question.
yes.
You said up to 7 resources per island. Is that predetermined, or can you kind of
Oh,
choose what you get to do?
there's the raw materials are predetermined.
Okay.
Um, Although you could also make them random if you want in the game settings.
Okay.
But normally they are predetermined. So each town has about 4 raw materials. For example, if you have iron or coal, you cannot produce this everywhere. It depends on the location of the town.
Okay.
And but all the refined goods you can produce wherever you want.
Wherever you, because you're just
Yeah.
shipping them wherever you want to ship
That's
them to.
yeah.
Okay.
That's it. For example, for example, you own to have to produce iron, you need to be in a certain town. There are some towns where you can produce iron, but if you want to produce iron goods like metalware, you
Mm-hmm.
can produce this everywhere
Okay.
you want. And if you have a free slot in the town, of course.
Right.
So but now we will go there again in another town. But just here you can see the name of the town. You can see the goods that are produced in that town, and you see with the bar here, you can see the size of the town.
Oh, very cool. I like that.
And so you get that, you get this information for all the towns you have discovered once. So now let's go to our hometowns, so that I can show you a little bit of the building part of the construction part in the game, the city builder mode. Each town has about 100 places where you can build something. Um, the, like and you need a building permission, but to do that. But if in our hometown we are already the administrator of the town. Administrator means that we are the only person who can build in that town.
Okay.
So you can get more town administrations if you try. and you can get building licenses after trading and being nice to a town. You can buy it.
Okay.
So so here at the moment we can we c- you can when I move my mouse cursor on a building, you can see the symbols, and these symbols mean they indicate the influence of that building. For example, um, this is a residential area, which you can see in the t- lower left corner. It's a residential area which can hold up to 240 citizens, and you see that this area is positively influenced by a church and a nearby pub.
Okay.
So the people there are very yeah, they get a bonus for their satisfaction. And yeah, and every building has positive or negative effects on neighbor buildings. So there is no way to build the perfect town. You always have to decide what what do you want to do, and where and why. Yeah, so
Okay.
every town will be different, because also the production buildings have influences. So let's click on the markets and let's look in the trading dialog. In the trading dialog, for example, we can see the different goods that are produced in the town, and you can see the goods that are stored at the moment in the town, and you can see the price um, of the good at the moment. Of course, we have to buy cheap, so we have to buy the goods when they are available,
Hmm.
and we have to sell it where they are short. So this town can produce sugar, and we need sugar to produce rum. So we will just enter the rum production, as there's yeah, it seems that there's not much rum around, and also the neighbor towns yeah,
Okay.
won't have rum because yeah, if if there would be rum in the neighbor towns, then I'm sure we would have more here in that town because there are so much traders around. So I enter the construction menu, and now we see different colors. The colors just indicate um, a positive, negative, or yeah, on neutral areas.
Oh, okay.
Um, so I choose sugar, and if I build my sugar too close to the residential areas, the residential areas will get less satisfied because they don't want to live too close to farms. Um, so I place them here, and now we can see that I get a bonus around this area because if you build the same businesses um, nearby, then you get a production bonus
Oh, cool.
because yeah, the farm will get bigger and bigger, and you will get a production bonus. Um, so I build it. I made a mistake because I forgot to buy a license. Now that's a good idea to visit the viceroy. The viceroy will always tell me about the situation, and he has a lot of yeah, he has ideas what I should do next and stuff like that. And the more I do positive for my nation, like for example, fighting pirates or deliver colonial goods um, or hunt down enemy military convoys, for example, I will get fame. And the more fame I get, the more fame points I get.
Okay.
And the fame points I can use for example, I can use them to get concessions. And
Okay.
for the one production, I need a concession. So I will unlock the rope yard, and now I can unlock the distillery. And I will also get a license for a captain. You don't need captains, but captains will make your convoys stronger. They will they can trade. They can make more profit. they can sail faster, and they are also more powerful during sea battles.
Awesome.
So yeah, then we will have a pirate list here, but yeah, as we just started the game, there are no pirates. And here I have an overview about yeah, all the different viceroys.
Very cool.
And you can see the size of the different nations and how many military convoys they have at the moment and how many inhabitants and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
So so I'm here. Now I can re-enter the construction menu, and now I can, yeah, I can build the rum distillery. And as you see, there are lots of positive areas where I can build them. Um, I built them here because they are close to the sugar production, and I get a distance bonus because yeah, because if raw materials are very close, then you get a production bonus, and also I get a bonus because residents are nearby, and so the workers have a short way to work. So I place them here, and yeah, as you can see in the top left corner, um, yeah, we can see the current jobs, for example, and the forecast. So the jobs will increase. The housing space should be enough, and yeah, of course, the risk of plague is increasing
Hmm.
because I have more people in the town. Yeah, but also sugar and rum production will increase as well. So if you look on the right side, you can see the rum distillery needs lots of building materials. These building materials have to be in the stock of the market of the town. If they are not, if they are not there, the building of the production site will be delayed. So I can deliver them to the town. For example, I buy them in another town where these goods are produced, or I just wait until other traders do that for me.
Okay.
Mm,
So, will I have to, so say you wanted to build that rum distillery, you didn't have the
mhm.
materials, do you just plop it down and then the AI traders know, hey, they're
Yes.
wanting woods and you don't have to call out
Yeah,
for certain goods?
no, you don't have to call out because the traders, they are all around and they always try to find towns where goods are in shortage. So when they come to Port Royal and they see that Port Royal has no wood, and they see that the price is of for wood is very high, then of course they will just sell it.
Yeah.
They just want to make profit, and because there are so many of them around, um, there will always be someone coming nearby and selling the goods that are needed. Of course, if the goods are produced somewhere, so if there are, yeah, if there is no, if there are, if there's no wood production, then of course you can, yeah, there will be no traders. But
Cool.
but normally everything it's like it's balanced. It's like in the real economy. If you, for example, if the player sees that okay, the price for rum is very high because there's a rum shortage in about every town, then of course it's very useful to enter the rum production
Hmm.
and to establish a big rum production. Um, and you will make a lot of profit with that. That's like in the real economy. You just produce what is most wanted, and of course the AI does the same. And but yeah, so you are competing with all the AI traders.
Cool. When it comes to trading, um, do I have to have, so like say I'm making rum in Port Royale,
Mhm.
um, do I just set a limit to how much I want to have before it can be exported?
No. You produce the RAM
Hmm.
automatically. Yeah, you're looking on your large company, so
Uh-huh.
on your huge company, and they do everything independently. So they produce the rum, they try to get the sugar, and and they just deliver the rum to your warehouse or to the market of the town,
Okay.
and you get all the money. What you have to do then next is you can you go to that town and you load the goods to your convoy and bring it to another town. You can do that manually by just selecting a convoy and clicking and sending the convoy away and
Uh-huh.
loading and unloading it. But you can also establish trade routes,
Okay.
automatic trading. So I can show you how this works.
Yeah.
You just click on I click on the convoy here. Um, I enter the trade route menu. Just before I have to buy some at least, let's say, 2 trade licenses. So because you need a license for each town you want to trade with. So now I create the trade route. Okay, do you see the navigation map already? Don't know how the delay is.
Yeah, I see it. Yep, I see the trade winds.
Okay, you see, you see the navigation map, and on the navigation map we are showing the winds and the streams, and we show the direction of the winds. We show shallow water and cliffs and pirates and hostile convoy areas, and also stormy weather and areas with no winds. So you just click on the towns you want to travel, and now you can make use of the winds, and you can try to avoid shallow water. As if you have bigger
Oh,
ships,
that's really
then
cool.
they will be delayed in shallow water, and you can avoid, for example, stormy weather or areas with no winds and stuff like that. So you can optimize the tour, and you can see on the right side the duration depending on the draft of your ships, and it will be updated in real time. It's not working right now, but later on you will see the differences if you use the winds or if you don't use the winds.
Okay.
And now you can enter a town, and you can activate the goods for this town. I can just use the standard trading. That's for the normal players. The
Hmm.
hardcore players will not have this automatic mode. Um, the normal, yeah, normally you can just say buy something when it's cheap and sell it when it's expensive. So that's very easy. And
Oh, okay.
captain's doing this, and you just have to define all the trade routes, and you just have to define in which town you want to trade
Hmm.
which goods and stuff like that. On in the hardcore mode, you have to set up like you suggested it before. You have to, for example, if you buy, you have to set a maximum amount of money, and if you sell, you can set a minimum amount of money and yeah the number of goods you want to sell. For example, here this would mean sell 40 fruits if the minimum price is 108.
Okay.
And this is how it works. Yeah, and then now you have, of course, it's becomes more complicated later in the game, because you have towns with where you have warehouses, so your own stock. You have then you are in need of raw materials, and they have
Right.
different types of towns, and yeah,
That's
it's so
awesome.
you're setting up the whole transportation system if you want. The good thing here is that it seems to be a bit a lot what you can do on a trade route. Yeah, there's a lot you can set up, and there's a lot you can optimize. But you can put this trade route on as many convoys as you like. So if you change a trade route, then it will be changed simultaneously on all convoys.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So maybe you have 30 or 40 convoys running, but only 5 different trade routes,
Hmm.
depending on how you're playing.
And they'll just all automatically upgrade if you
Yes,
change that. That's really cool.
they are all using the same scheme. Um, um, so now the last point are the sea battles. So there are The first we should go to the suck. I will show you a little bit of the captains. The captains have levels. Captains are very special in the game. They are very rare, but you don't need them for your normal trade stuff.
Hmm.
You just need them for your special convoys, your convoys you like the most, and for convoys, for example, you are using for missions and for battles. Captains have a level. They can level up, and they have skills. There are lots of skills in the game, but each captain only has four. Has a bunch of four, and yeah, and you don't know what skill, what skills the next captain would have. So if you can keep him, or you can just discharge him, and uh, and hope you will find a better one next time. For
Yeah.
example, you can assign them to the convoys, unassign them. So I will enter battle now. You need a captain if you want to enter a battle manually, because only captains can fight battles.
Okay.
If you don't have a captain, the convoy will just surrender, which means he will be plundered a little bit.
Ooh.
He will not. You will not lose that convoy, but maybe you will lose some of the goods
Right.
the convoy is transporting. So it's very fair, but yeah, maybe may cost you some money. So here I see on the left side I see my convoy, my captain. I think the numbers are we have a bug here, so don't uh, don't think that all the numbers are correct. On the right side we see the pirate, the piratess,
Hmm.
the and now I can choose, because there are many there can be many battles in a game, and some people don't like too much battles. Some want to put more time on trading and the economy. So we have lots of possibilities to avoid battles. Of course, first you can avoid them by not entering them. Not hunting, for example. But then, if it comes to a battle, you can choose the automatic mode on the left side, or you can choose the manual mode. And on the automatic mode, yeah, we will win this, because we are stronger here in that situation. But the manual mode is always fine if you want to do something special in the battle. For example, if you want to capture special ships, or if you want to avoid that your favorite ship will sink, for example,
Right.
will be defeated. So I enter the manual mode. What we changed in the fourth part of Port Royal is that the battles are now turn-based. We did this because it was very difficult before to handle 8 or 10 ships in a battle in real time. So now we have turn-based battles, and it's not finished. We are still working on the visual effects, and
Hmm.
on the and also on the special effects and stuff like that. Um, so when you look on the ship here, we can see the strength, the cannon strength, then the strength of the crew. So if you try to capture another ship, and then we see two numbers, the 4 and the 6. These are the movement points and the maneuver points. So it means how fast, how many fields I can move, and how many turns I can make.
Okay.
Um, 30 degrees turns. Um, on the left side here, when you look at the convoy, you can see the three actions I can have. This ship can do. It's like they can use massive um, um, cannonballs to damage the ship hull. Then they can use grape shots to reduce the crew of the other ship,
Hmm.
and we can set the capture mode if you want to try to capture another ship. And then below you can see lots of tactics, and these tactics each ship brings a tactic in the battle, and there are also consumable tactics which I can earn during the game. And whenever it comes to a battle, I can use all the tactics I earned and I have at the moment.
Yeah.
Some of the battles, some of the tactics are consumed, but some of the tactics, those that are bound to a ship, these tactics just have a cooldown. So, for example, um, for example, the military frigate, frigate has the tactic. Um, f- Arrows, flame arrows.
Hmm.
And whenever you have a convoy with a military frigate, then the convoy has this tactic. So you can choose how to build your convoy to get the different tactics.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So I'll just show you how it works. Move there. Now I can fire it. And you see, I lost some of my points. Now I will, of course, I have two broadsides, but the one broadside already fired. So I
Hmm.
want to fire the other broadside. I can do it like this. I move one more. And now I can use the other broadside here. It's always important to fire both of
Right.
your
Right.
broadsides. Now maybe I can see if I can. No, there's nothing I can do right now. Um, so I will, press next ship. Um, okay, my opponent is also using, he just used a tactic, and now he's using Inferno. Okay, so he set one hexagon on fire.
Oh, wow. So he used a tactic to shift the ship to a different hex.
Yes,
Okay.
and he also set a field on fire.
Yeah. Wow. And did he lock up your guns?
Yes, I think he used flame arrows on my ship, so my
Okay.
sails are burning. We can't see it at the moment because the special effect is missing.
Okay.
But
Okay.
normally my sails are burning,
Hmm.
and they need to repair it in the
Okay.
next
That's
round.
cool.
So all the ships, they have to work together, and this will make this can really make an advantage for you. So this battle will go on and on like this, and I'm sure we will win. There can be up to 8 versus 8 ships, which is huge. But normally, I would say there will be maybe 5 or four ships
Yeah.
versus each other. And if you see that you are winning, then you can just press. We don't want that the user is playing the battle until the end if he knows already that he will win. So you can just press the automatic button, and then you will see prediction for the end of the battle is victory, and we will see the outcome.
Oh, okay.
And if we like this, we can just accept it. If we don't like it, we can just proceed the fighting.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
uh, this is just an idea to make to keep the battles interesting. Because maybe you could have 50 or 100 battles in one game, depending on how you're playing. Yeah, I think we saw everything in the game now. So if you have some special questions or
Well, I was gonna ask why it's turn-based instead of real-time, but you answered that question on the
Mhm.
battles. Because my main game's Total War, and there's
Yeah.
real-time naval battles on that. So I was just real curious why the switch, but it does make sense. I don't really. Is there how fast? I guess I could ask. How quickly can you grow a town?
I would say a sandbox game, mm, maybe until you have, let's say, mm, you you don't have only one town.
Mm-hmm.
You start with one town, then you trade with another town, and then you say, "Oh, I need some goods the other town can produce." So you bring them a lot of goods. You're increasing your reputation there. You're buying a building license there, and then you start production there. And then maybe later you say, "Huh, it would be nice if I could have some more residential buildings or more churches in the town." So you
Uh-huh.
want to be the administrator of the town. So you build more and more, and then you increase your reputation at the viceroy. You go to the viceroy and ask them for the other town's administration. And so it goes on and on. So in the end, you are administrating maybe 5 to 20 towns, depending on how you're playing, and you are managing 50 to 100 convoys.
Wow.
So and that's why it's very different here. The city builder option here is very special because you are maybe building in 10 or 20 towns at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's more that's why the city builder mode works a bit different here. And
Mm-hmm.
has you need a very good overview over how it's working. And um, I would say, and you could, if you have lots of money, you could increase the size of the town. At least when it comes to building, you could do that very fast, but um, you have to wait until the citizens and the workers are coming to the
Right.
town. And as we have settlers here, and the settlers have to come from Europe, so you have to wait. You have to wait until until there are new settlers arriving at the viceroy's town, and
Yeah.
then you can bring them, or you just wait until other people, other traders bring them to your town. So
No, that's really
yeah,
cool.
will
About
will take some time. Yeah.
yeah, about how long would a normal campaign take you to, or so there's a two-part question. How
Yeah.
long would it take, and are there multiple ways to quote unquote win the game?
So if you we have the 4 campaigns. We think that each campaign will last about 5 hours to complete them, but the campaigns are not our game mode. It's they are nice for the atmosphere and to come into the game, to get into the game. But most of our fans, they like the sandbox mode, the free game mode, and the free game mode doesn't really have an end. We have tasks which you can fulfill, and it will take about 6 to 10 hours to fulfill these tasks. For
Okay.
example, a task could be become the biggest nation in the Caribbean. For example, this could be a goal.
Okay.
Um, but um, but the people, yeah, you can imagine they just want to stop. They always want to play longer and longer, and
Mm-hmm.
if the game tells them the game is over, they still want to continue playing.
Right.
There's not we did not implement an end to the free mode.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But
Um,
but for the main goal, I would say 6 to 10 hours per
okay.
game.
That's still pretty healthy. That's a healthy amount of time. I don't remember if I saw it on the menu or not. Is there going to be multiplayer for this?
Mm. No, as the playing time, we saw it with all our other games, that people just don't play
Okay.
these games very often in multiplayer.
I was just curious. I couldn't, like I
Yeah.
said, I couldn't
No,
remember.
it didn't work. It's a lot. It was lot of fun for some players,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the people didn't use it. And as it's very um, for us, it's a lot of work to implement a working multiplayer.
Yes.
We said no, we will put everything in the single player mode and make this one better. And so there's no
Sounds great.
multiplayer. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I would have questions once this is all said and done, but
Hmm.
for right now, I think that's a very solid overview of the game as a
Okay.
whole.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you have questions, yeah, just ask Maria, and they can transfer your
Yeah,
questions to me.
sounds
Pass
good.
them to me.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
15 men on a dead man's chest.